If what I think is happening, it better not be.
Acceptance is something that affects every person in every facet of life. It is hard to face unfortunate situations, uncomfortable emotions, or daunting tasks, and it's something that all of us are forced to do all the time. Fantastic Mr. Fox, a 2009 children's movie based off of Roald Dahl's Fantastic Mr. Fox and directed by Wes Anderson, essentially brings us through the midlife crisis of a man who is missing the adventure of his youth and being forced to face his reality. This is a little dark for a children's story, but Anderson's quirky humor and directing style creates a story that is both enjoyable to watch for all ages and resonates with many, many people. Anderson agreed to do Fantastic Mr. Fox believing it was the least risk he had ever taken in a film. Unfortunately, he soon realized Americans don't love stop motion, and the guaranteed audience he was expecting might fall short. However, this didn't stop Anderson. Unlike most animations, all steps of production occurred at the same time. Voice actors recorded lines together as opposed to alone in a studio, creating a chemistry and flow that makes the characters feel real. And that's not all. Recording actually occurred on location at a farm and in the woods nearby to put the cast and crew in the mindset of Mr. Fox and his friends. Anderson even wrote in the home of Roald Dahl, taking inspiration from Dahl's house, land, and possessions. The film was written to embrace Dahl and his world, creating a familiarity and reminding us of reading Dahl's stories for the first time as children. All of this effort, which almost seems extreme, creates a hominess that is essential to telling Dahl's story. The wolf scene is the epitome and climax of the theme of acceptance that is built throughout the film. Acceptance is something faced by every character. Ash realizes he is different, and that's okay. Mrs. Fox realizes she must accept Mr. Fox's passion for adventure and the downfalls that come with it. Each character experiences some sort of triumph upon battling their inner dissonance. However, Anderson himself defined the wolf scene as the most important scene in the film. Throughout the story, Fox expresses a fear and avoidance of wolves and quote-unquote wild animals. After his final heist, he is forced to finally confront this fear. Fox doesn't want to lose contact with his inner wild animal, a translation for youth. He attempts to conversate with the wolf, but fails when he realizes the wolf speaks neither English nor Latin.
I don't think he speaks English or Latin.
He realizes they are different. Fox is finally forced to confront that he is not the young, wild animal he used to be. He accepts this, and the group drives off. The film builds this ultimate confrontation to be something Fox may never come to terms with, but the acceptance of this fear happens relatively quickly and painlessly in the wolf scene, showing the audience that acceptance may not be as scary as it seems. Fantastic Mr. Fox, despite being a children's film, can be meaningful to anyone thanks to its quirky and humorous nature that make it so accessible, and its touching story with a hint of Roald Dahl in every scene. It feels like a warm hug, and is unique in the way it resonates, no matter who you are.
Well, I guess he's just different.